As an 18-year-old, this is how I exactly turned my experience into a business idea. I've started editing a very long back in the month of January 2024. That's when I started thinking of earning money through freelancing, because freelancing was a big thing then. And there was two options. One was coding and also the other one was web design, which I tried my best to do but failed drastically because I didn't find them interesting enough, so I couldn't learn them more. And that's when I saw like highly edited videos on YouTube and etc. And that's when I thought like to learn editing in the first. And after that, I took a course from Beer Bicep Skill House, which was because I was a big fan of Ranveer Alabadi. I'm still am, because he inspired me a lot in different ways. He influenced me a lot in terms of like having the right kind of mindset and also like my personality traits. I've learned a lot from his podcast and also his previous videos, which talked about self-development and etc. So he played a very big part in my personal development and etc. The time I thought to learn editing, that's when he launched the course, and right immediately I took his course and started learning editing. The course was pretty good. I actually gained a lot of knowledge from it. A very a good course for editing. And to be honest, I didn't even like look into other courses because I was a big fan of him, and then directly took his course. Learned editing. There were like raw clips within the course, and I used to like edit those clips, and then eventually the clips, I ran out of clips, the raw clips, so there was nothing to edit. And that's when I started like filming stuff outside and then started editing them. That's when I fell in love with editing, and I was like, let's make videos like this, like learn short form editing and etc. because that was the highest paying freelancing job that time, especially in Fiverr and Upwork, right here in the USA. Like people were paid at least like $20 or $15 per minute, which is actually very expensive. So I decided to learn short form editing in the first place because reels were picking up, YouTube shorts were picking up with high end editing stuff. So yeah, that's how I started. That's the first part of the story. And the second one is, I always wanted to be a content creator in the first place. Like I've tried YouTube, never posted, but made videos while I was studying, while I was doing something. Like I used to do this vlogs kind of thing, but never post them, have them in my camera roll even now. But yeah, it was always been a dream of being a content creator on YouTube, etc., something like that. And again, that's when I saw this podcast by Nikhil Kamath, WTF, in what is like building influence today. That was basically a podcast with one of my favorite content creators, that is Prajakta, Ranveer Alabadia, Tanmay Bhatt, and also Nusayr. Nusayr is basically Nas Daily. That was a 3-hour long podcast. I watched the entire podcast multiple times because every time I watch the podcast, I actually gain a lot of knowledge. And I pick up different things every time I watch it. As a beginner, I got an idea of how big the creator economy is, how important is it to build a personal brand in this day and age. Even Naval Ravikant says that code and media is the powerful forms of leverage in the modern times, because the permissionless and also you can actually tap into everyone out there. And I understand why at this point, but later, before I completely absorbed the podcast and then got to researched more and then saw how important was social media in that place. And I thought a best place to begin content creation in the first place is by creating content on Instagram, because I always wanted to create content which is valuable out there, which can be valuable even in the future years or something like that. Provide some value, share my experiences and also my learnings, because I just love doing it, sharing what I know and what's valuable and etc. I wanted to create a podcast in the first place, but building a podcast right on YouTube is actually a bit tricky game. It's a very long game, and even the podcast, they say that you might feel demotivated because of that thing. So it's better, if a creator wants to start making content in the first place, you have to start it from Instagram. That's what the advice I want to give, because short form content gives you that discoverability, and also the chances of succeeding in short form content is high if you're consistent and putting that hard work, which is completely different with YouTube. YouTube is a very big game, because I understand now why filming content, I still don't come to a point where I want to make content what I imagine in my brain. It takes a lot of time, effort, and also editing skills for YouTubing, because there's a lot to for the phone setup and etc. Like there's so much to do than the short form content. It's way harder than it. But right now I've come to a position where I could actually help other people build their short form content, and I thought that was a good idea. I mean, the reason why I want to start content was, first, I was very passionate about sharing my values and also my learnings. The second thing was also make a business out of. Let it be a clothing brand, let it be a consumer brand. I was too much into FMCG products, so I thought it would be a great thing to build a FMCG product or a clothing brand or a personal care brand while making content, because you get the audience, you have that organic marketing out there for the company, and also you build a story which is you add your personality to your brand, etc. That is my story again, my personality again to the brand. This was always the plan, and you get a lot of reach through social media. So I was all set to start content creation, and then started making content during that time. So yeah, and cut down to this month, which is October 2024. It's been around 8-9 months since I started posting. I have 2 accounts right now. One is the Telugu one and one is the English one. And the English one didn't gain a lot of followers until July. I was under 1,000 followers by July, and then I'm at 9,000 followers right now after 3 months, because I've understood after putting out around 200 plus videos, posting consistently without even missing a single date, I got to know what works and what doesn't, because I've poured a lot of ideas into it and saw what's working and what's not working. I understood the psychology of people, how they perceive content and also how they view a content piece and etc. And also different topics. Also got an idea of it. Got to know how you optimize your page in order to get more views, more reach, and more followers also. And Telugu, because the Telugu one stands at 30k followers right now, and the audience is completely different. And it's having 100k followers, within my eyes, I feel having 100k followers in a regional account is equivalent to having 50k followers, or maybe less than that, on an English page, because the competition is too tough. The standing out point is also very tough in terms of English content, because in Telugu there was not many followers, not many creators out there, and I wanted to be that creator who increases the benchmarks in that industry. I want to disrupt that industry completely, and that was the main intention of starting the Telugu page in the first place. So yeah, the English page was a very passion driven, and also build something out of it, because my long-term goal is always business, because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm into business a lot more than content creation. I love doing all the business related stuff more than content creation, because it excites me every single day. There are new challenges here and then I just love the process, and I also come from a business family, so I have this inherent towards, or maybe I'm biased towards business in certain way, but that's the case with me. So yeah, I love business ideas and etc. That's why I started creating content in the first place. So yeah, right now at this point, I realized the importance. I understand. I came to a point where I could actually help other people to build their personal brands, and that's why I've started a service-based business model to help professionals and also business people who have experience or expertise in various categories, and help them build a personal brand, because they might be doing an online business or maybe building a separate brand which needs exposure and also organic marketing. And especially to outstand in this saturated market of business, you have already a lot of products out there, you already have a lot of businesses out there, but the only way you stand out is actually branding to different people in different ways. That's how you brand. And also to stand out in this particular category or area, right now with the help of social media, you can actually add your personality towards your brand, which makes it more unique because people are different to each other. There's no such person in this world who are very similar to each other. They might have different interests. Their interests might collide, but the combination of interest he has is completely different than the other person around him, right? That's the reason why it makes the brand he's building or the business more outstanding and also like more unique than the other businesses, which could actually generate more leads, more sales, and also more advertising organically without even spending a lot of money out for it. Because you have that power right now and you have to utilize it properly, because everyone is using, like almost everyone who purchases online or maybe like pursuing online services are already on social media, and that's usually your target audiences also, right? And yeah, that's our target audience, like to help all these professionals, like the online doctors, like who consult online services, psychologists, nutritionists, gym trainers, and also like the other freelancers out there who designs landing pages for other people, doctors, real estate owners, motivational speakers, everyone out there, like the professionals, like who's already doing some kind of job or maybe has a business of their own where they could actually provide an online service where they want to use social media as a tool to market themselves out there. That's who we serve for. Like we build their personal pages on Instagram from scratch, like when it comes to like strategizing, editing, scripting, ideating, auditing their profiles, studying their analytics, and etc. So this is what we actually, and also like getting them more and more leads and sales for the business. That's the main thing. Getting the main result for what they are paying us. That's the main thing. And that's what we aim also. By the way, the agency name is WhatsApp Media. It was the brand name which I put for my Instagram page, that is WhatsApp Varshit. It was a very a thoughtful name actually, because people now call me WhatsApp Varshit, because that's more rememberable and also more relatable to people out there. It's a very common and easy word, and people can actually remember the name, which doesn't sound very unique but also is kind of cool. So yeah, this is exactly the story of my company, and also like how I turn my experiences into businesses. Because see, I actually love making businesses which is based on my experience, because I feel more confident and also feel like I'll be more answerable to the people if there is any problem coming out of this, because I know what to do when something happens in the situation, right? And that's why even like 2 years back, I also started this education agency called Edvo, which is not there anymore. But I actually created a landing page for it, designed a website, went to my school, hosted webinars regarding like study abroad and etc. Got one client. He is in the same university right now. He's also a friend of mine. So yeah, I mean, I basically had very fun doing his applications and everything, because I already have the experience of coming to like applying for abroad colleges and also studying here at Penn State University. Because I did all my application process without an interference of any other educational consultancy. So I had this experience, and I want to like help students to get abroad, which are actually more and also provide like end-to-end services. Also give out a community where the students already from India, like thinking to come to that college, can connect to a student in that college and talk to him. To be honest, this is a very good idea. I'm definitely gonna go back to this business again after I scale this one first. So yeah, because that's kind of my interest. I love like educational field, and also it's a great opportunity because the market is completely broken out, and I want to make this a community to help other students connect with other people from different universities, very centered towards Indian students. That's my vision for it. And also like provide end-to-end services like securing internships, saving a lot of tuition fee, getting scholarships, preparing them for college for the first freshman year, like all these services. It's a very visionary thing, a very standing out, a very unique idea. Definitely gonna get back to the company again. I actually started thinking of doing it along with this, but I was like, no, I can't like concentrate on multiple things right now. So I'm just gonna like focus on the agency first and then get back to it once I scale this up. So I have like 2 ideas right now. One is executing and one is already executed, and just have to like restart it again. So yeah, I'm gonna make videos like these, more informative videos like these, experiences, tell some stories like this, like which I already experienced in my life. And my main objective from this YouTube channel is actually to make podcasts, a business podcast, talk to founders, CMOs, C-suite people, all the job freelancers, etc. I want to make this a business podcast eventually once I graduate from the college, because it's very hard for me right now to actually record a podcast because I don't have a team, on-site team right now, because everyone for the agents are working online from India. But right now, yeah, I need like a good equipment and also like good setup to actually record good content out there. So yeah, that's it. This is Varshit. I am gonna end this video now. Subscribe me for more videos like these. I'm gonna see you the next week. Say bye.